Well, what do you think?
I think it'll be interesting to see how many signatures they get.
Well, the next thing we know is there'll be pictures of them presenting the petition on the steps of 10 Downing Street.
Oh, I don't think we should get too hot under the collar. It'd be unrealistic to think that we could get a project as big as this underway and not have a body of opinion against us. After all, we don't want the locals thinking big business has smothered them. Just so long as we control the final outcome.
I just don't see the need for it, that's all.
Oh, nothing to do with need for it, Jack. Sponsorship.
All those dials, it just confused me.
Yeah, and a computer. Who's got time for all that?
You don't have to be a sailor these days. All you have to have is a degree in electronics.
You two may well turn up your noses, but all this equipment has very practical purposes. For example, we are going to be able to pinpoint your position, Jack, every minute of every day to within 50 metres.
What's so smart about that? I know where I'll be. I'll be on the Barracuda.
50 metres? I reckon that's impossible.
All done through satellites.
Slocum never needed all that paraphernalia.
What?
Joshua Slocum, first man to sail around the world, single-handed.
I have heard of him, so.
He never needed all those gadgets.
He would have done if he'd had you running his boatyard.
You sound just like Avril. Let's just man ready. Built a proper job this time.
Ready as she'll ever be.
Right, see you later.
I'm a bit big to squeeze in there. Can you manage it if I call it?
Yeah, right.
I think run the cables through first. Don't forget, everything's got to be duplicated.
Right.
Must be port tack most of the way, so that means Jack will be sleeping in this bunk.
Dad? Need a hand?
I need a cup of tea.
Was that Jack I saw taking out Sisma?
Yeah.
Oh, 5 minutes earlier and I'd have caught him.
Pass me one clip at a time. Thank you.
That stuff looks expensive.
It is.
Did you have to buy it?
No, sponsored. Had to insure it, though.
Well, isn't it a risk?
There are nips out there. Blue handles with red tape on.
There you go.
Cheers.
Is what a risk, love?
Leaving all this stuff unguarded. Yard's empty at night. Anyone can wander in.
The gates are locked.
Well, it's not all that difficult to climb over the wall behind the office. We'll come to that row alongside in a dinghy.
So?
Dad, some bright spark is going to realise there's bound to be expensive electronic equipment aboard. Anyone could force the forehatch or the washboards. You need to put her on a mooring every night.
Well, that's easy done, but she could still be got at.
Have someone sleep aboard.
Oh. I suppose it could be arranged.
While you two are inventing cops and robbers up there, my Eddie's becoming a permanent fixture down here.
Tom,
Yes?
Broughton have just been on. They want to know when they can expect the dinghy specs.
10 days. I can't do them before. And fit out the Barracuda in time for Jack to leave on schedule. I'll just have to be patient.
All right.
on, get him on. This time. Go on. God, he's awake. Go on, come on. Mind his head, mind his head, mind his head. Let me get a couple of breaths into it. No pulse.
He's had it.
Just get us in as quick as you can, eh?
Lynn, this is not a good idea. I don't want you to do it.
Mum, it's perfectly all right. All I'm doing is sleeping on board. Someone has to.
And you're suitable to act as security guard on a boat.
Everyone agrees that out at a mooring with a cabin light showing, it's enough to deter anyone.
Well, then why can't your father do it? Or is he intent on warming someone else's bed?
Look, I don't want to get caught up in your marital problems. Dad's living at the Jolly Sailor. As far as I'm concerned, that's
You don't understand.
He's working himself into the ground trying to make a success of this business. I, for one, say good luck to him.
It's just because I'm worried about you.
Look, Mum, if I can help Dad, I will. That's all I'm trying to do.
Come on, darling. She's a grown woman with a mind of her own.
It's not that, Mother. She's only just come out of hospital.
You talked to the doctor. He said you must let her live a normal life. She's quite well again now. Amnesia seldom returns.
Such a stupid thing to do.
Jan, she's all right. Doing something responsible can only be good for her.
Well, I don't agree. I think it's tempting Providence.
Are you sure you're not upset because she stuck up for Tom? After all, why shouldn't she? She's his daughter. They've always been very close.
Yes. And now she's taking his side. It's all so bloody unfair. Claude, you made it. I'm so glad. Come on in, let me take that.
I'm sorry, but my plane was delayed at Orly.
Oh, it's always the way. Let me introduce you to my mother. This is Kate Harvey, and this is my new partner-to-be, Claude Dupont.
How do you do?
How do you do, Monsieur Dupont? Jan has told me a great deal about you and your work. I'm delighted to meet you. We had a little chat on the telephone, didn't we?
Yes, yes.
Jan, darling, why don't you take Monsieur Dupont...
Claude, please.
Thank you. Claude. Why don't you take Claude through into the sitting room? I'll make us a cup of tea.
Lovely.
How long have you got?
Oh, well, I said we'd be at Ken's at about 6:15, so we've got masses of time. Thank you. So, tell me, how did it go with Clermont?